Magicians say that the holy grail of card magic is when a spectator names any card, names any number, and their card appears at that number. However, this type of trick is nearly impossible to achieve. But what if I told you that I have a similar effect? A spectator thinks of a card in their mind and it appears at any location they like. That might seem impossible, but I'm going to show you how it's done. Oh boy, I'm excited for this one. Alright, yo, here we go. For those of you who are curious, these are the planet-blowing Oppenheimer playing cards sent to me by my friends at Room 1. They're just so nice, and you gotta see how these open up and the 3D pop-out effect on the tuck case. If you want to go ahead and pick these up for yourself, I'll put the link to them down in the description. Oh, and one last thing. This is definitely like my favorite part, better than anything else. Check this out. Are you ready? Are you ready? You ready? Boom! Come on. Put that down right over here. Alright, so about this phenomenal card trick, we're going to start off by handing the deck over to the spectator, having them shuffle it up as much as they'd like, whether it's an overhand shuffle, whether it's a riffle shuffle, whether it's riffle shuffle with a bridge, whatever it is. If they can do that, that's pretty impressive, or if it's just a couple of cuts. Once they're satisfied, I'm going to put the deck down on the table, and now we're going to cut the deck into 4 even piles. So you can go ahead, cut the deck into 4 even piles, or approximately even piles. Let's just say they do this, 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 and this. As a performer now, I'm going to turn around, but of course I can't actually turn around, otherwise, you know, this trick wouldn't work. But I want them to select any one of these piles, let's say this one, and shuffle it up. Once they've shuffled, they can take a look and memorize just any one card in this pile. They don't even have to pick it out, they just memorize any one card in this pile. Let's just say, to make things easy, this is the card that they're memorizing, so take a look and memorize that card. Alright, once they have that card, again, merely thought of, memorized, they're going to shuffle the deck back up. Alright, then put it back down on the table. As a performer, I turn back around and instruct the spectator to do this next. They're going to take their pile and start dealing out cards one at a time until they get to their card, and they're going to memorize what number their card is in. So if my card was the Ace of Clubs like this, once I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'd memorize that my card's in the 5th position, and then just continue dealing. This way I don't catch on to, you know, whatever position your card is in. Okay, so as a spectator is doing this, I'm going to turn my back around. Again, keep in mind the position of your card. Alright, hopefully you have memorized the position. And now I want you to end with one final cut. Once that's complete, I will turn back around as a performer. And let's just quickly recap what just happened, right? So first of all, you shuffled up the deck, and any way that you wanted. You cut the deck into 4 piles. You picked any one of those 4 piles. You shuffled up that pile. You just merely thought of one of those cards. And after you thought of those cards, you shuffled up the deck again, and then you memorized the position at which your card was located, right? So I feel like we can say that was, you know, fair enough. So at this point, what's going to happen is I'm going to go through the deck and I'm going to try to reconstruct where your card was located. Okay. Okay, can you do this? Do me a favor. What number was your card originally at? 15. Okay. I don't know if that'll actually help me, to be honest, but we're gonna try our best. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to name any number that you like. Just go ahead and name any number. And we're going to try to get your card to that location. The number 6 you're saying. Okay. All right, check this out. You know what? I want you to deal the cards. Deal off cards until you get to the card at the 6th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can you name your card? Was it the Queen of Hearts? Well, check this out. Here we have the Queen of Hearts. Let's go! What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn Magic, master performance, and captivate audiences. If you're joining me here for the first time, hey there, my name is Vineet. The effect I'm sharing with you today is known as Your Number, Your Card by Paul Rossini. This effect has baffled many magicians, and mastering your performance on this will blow anyone away. So good. Now, before we dive right into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Alright, yo, so welcome to the tutorial. By the way, I am obsessed with this design. I definitely just, I can't get over it. Hold on, let me just set this up right here. There we go, that should be good enough. Alright, so, back to it. What are we talking about? Ah yes, an absolutely impossible type of card trick. What I love about this is it's completely impromptu. And it's unreal how well this works. So to start off, like I said, you're going to hand the deck over to the spectator and they're going to shuffle it up. Once they're satisfied with their shuffling, you're going to ask them to cut the deck into 4 piles. It doesn't have to be 4, you can make it whatever you want, but just 4 even piles is 4 even piles. Now as a performer, you can go ahead and turn around at this point to give them instructions. And the reason I like to turn around or close my eyes or hide in a ditch or something like that is because it kind of sells the effect a bit more, and it makes it seem like it's completely fair. There's no possible way that you know what's going to happen next, okay? So they're going to select any pile they want. Let's just say they selected this pile, and again, it's truly a completely free choice, which is unbelievable. Once they select a pile, they can shuffle it up as much as they want, and they're going to just take a look and remember one card. I think Queen of Hearts was the card from the performance. We're going to memorize Queen of Hearts again, but Queen of Hearts was the card, let's just say that they're thinking of. Again, the card that they're thinking of. They didn't even pull it out or anything, the card they're thinking of. And they're going to shuffle up the packet one more time. Okay, they're going to put the deck down on the table now, and you're going to come back into the room, or turn around, whatever you're doing. You're going to come back into the room, pick up any one of the other piles, and pretty much explain to the spectator what I explained to you in the performance. They're going to start dealing cards up, face up, one at a time like this, and they're going to deal until they get to their card. Once they get to their card, for example, Ace of Hearts, they're going to memorize its position. Its position is number 4, and they're going to keep dealing until they've dealt out the entire deck, right? So you instruct them to do that now. As they begin doing this, you're cleaning up the table, right? Moving the cards over to the side, and you want to see at least one card flip over. The one card you see flip over is going to be your key card, right? And that's what blows my mind about this trick, is because this insanely impossible to detect type of card trick that fooled magicians, all it involves is a simple key card, right? That's insane. So anyway, so they have their, you have your key card now. The second they deal the first card, you take a look at it, memorize it. In our case, it is the 2 of Hearts. Take a look at it, memorize it. Then you can turn back around as they continue dealing, right? Now we're going to deal to the Queen of Hearts. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Their card is in the 13th position. You ask them now to give the deck one final cut, and then you come back into the room. So even picking up this deck now, you don't really know where their card is or what their card is. All you know is that your 2 of Hearts, your key card, is located somewhere in the deck. That's literally all that you know. And the thing that is really amazing about this is now all you have to do is ask the spectator what position their card was in, right? So they're going to say their card was in the 13th position. So an easy way to figure out what their card was is if their card, well, first, once you pick up the pile, you can of course take it, give it a cut so that your key card is back on top. And now if they say 13th position, all you have to do is count and realize that it is the Queen of Hearts. And after I ask them that, I'm going to say, I guess that didn't really help me. And then you can say, what position do you want your card to be in? Okay, and once you ask this question, this trick can kind of go to one of 2 ways. It can go either an easy way or it can go a hard way. Now that you know what position your card is in, you can turn this back face down. This is the more advanced method. You can turn the deck back face down, and you're going to now control the card into whatever position that they say. So for example, if they say they want the card in the 4th position, if you're good enough, for example, doing like an overhand shuffle where you can control it to the 4th position, or if you even want to do like a bottom glide, right? So if they say they want in the 4th position, you can now, you know the card second from the bottom, you can start dealing from the bottom, right? So you do a bottom glide, you're going to first deal the first card, right? Deal card number 1, then you're going to do the bottom glide this over to the side, now you're going to deal 2, 3, and then you're going to take the actual selected card, 4, and you can do the reveal. That card is the 4th card, the 4th card in the deck. Top or bottom, it doesn't really matter. Same thing if the card was, for example, second from the top, right? And again, these are some techniques you'll need to control or need to figure out how to actually do. But if they say the number 5 and you know what's second from the top, you deal 1, then you do second deals to get to the card. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there's the spectator's selected card, the Queen of Hearts, right? Now, if you're a much more beginner person at this, doing this for the first time, once you know what their card is, Queen of Hearts, you can ask them, you know, what position it was in, what location you want the card to be at, and then in the quick motion of, you know, turning everything again face down, you can control it to that position. For example, if they say the number 5, then you quickly count Queen of Hearts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you're turning this face down, just break it at that point and shift the cards over, put it down, and you're doing this at, again, you're doing this at a pretty good speed, so it's not like you're taking your time with all the counting. You quickly take a look down, and you can even put your hands back saying, okay, I barely even touched it. You can square it up now, hand it over to the spectator, which I feel like is the most powerful, and then deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they see it was their selected card, and their mind is blown. It is so easy to do, I just freaking love it. A big thank you to Room 1 for sending me this deck of cards to share with you guys, because I mean, come on, these are pretty amazing. Do click on the first link in the description to support them, because it would really help them out and you would get an amazing deck of cards out of it. Amazing. That's all I got, yo. For another great Magician Fooler type card trick, click right over here. And if you're fine with just this, that's all good. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. Love you guys. Have a great day ahead, and I hope to see you in the next video. Deck drop.